Don't try this at home. I repeat, this all is an experiment. Can ferns grow in water or need soil to survive? An experiment in hydroponics. Make sure to stick till the end of the video to see the 1-month update of the fern. When I was out for shopping, I suddenly saw in front of me this beautiful lady fern, which is finally adopted. By me, of course, because I love ferns and you know that. In the past, I've always planted ferns inside terrariums because I found that this is a guaranteed success method. This time I decided to try a different method, not terrariums, but Leca, and plant her into Leca and see how she goes, because maybe, call me crazy, but I say maybe, this time we will find another way of having ferns without them dying. Now, one thing about this is that Leca, this one here, tends to increase the ppms in the water. ppms is parts per million, which is not really good for our plants. Let me put her down. Well, ppm, parts per million, not really good if it is a really high number. Our tap water usually has about 100-150. If you are using filtered water or RO water, reverse osmosis water, then you will have close to zero. So I recommend soaking the Leca in the water for at least 24 hours. Then you can repeat this step, or if you are really impatient, then you can go ahead and plant your fern or your plant, whatever you have, in Leca. But I guess that we will do it in 2 days to be extra secure. Now, one little trick, if you haven't used Leca before, if you want to avoid the mess, what you can do is use a mesh laundry bag like this one to put the Leca in before putting it into the container with the water to rinse it off. Let me open first the Leca bag. Okay, a small cut. And open the bag here. Now we add inside as much Leca as we want, or add the whole bag. Of course, it won't fit in here, but you can do the whole Leca bag at once and then use it periodically. Thank you, sweetheart. I believe Leca is great for see-through containers such as glass, terrariums, and etc. because you can see through it and just enjoy the whole plant, not just the leaves. When ready, we close and put it into the container that we will rinse it. So now let's go ahead and rinse it 1 or 2 times and then put it into the water to sit for at least 24 hours. But first, let me get Jane near the fern. So here is the fern and here is Jane. But never let your pets eat the houseplants. Most of them are toxic. So yeah, we got a new fern. Yes, we got a new fern. Do you like the fern? No, you cannot eat the fern. You cannot eat the fern. No, no, no. Also, I heard somewhere that you should not let this water in the drain, so I will discard it somewhere else. Now let it sit for 24 hours. Always we need to use Leca when it is watered, when it is wet, not when it is dry, because it tends to drive out the moisture out of the roots of the plant. By the way, I decided to start adding some vlog clips into my videos because I think that this way they get more interesting for you that watch them, And also I can share a bit more of my world, my personality, my daily routines, and the whole world around Naya, and not just the list with information that I've been bombarding you with in the latest videos. So let's go ahead and transplant the little lady fern. Let me take my tea with me and let's go! As you can see, I already have my station prepared. Having Leca here at my left. The fern, the glass container, my tea for emergency situations, and water from the pond outside, because water from aquariums and ponds helps the plants grow faster and better. And Leca doesn't have any vitamins and minerals for the plant, so we need to substitute it with something else. So, first of all, we are going to remove the soil from the fern, and then we are going to put it here. Well, this is going to be harder than I thought. We need to really be careful in order to not break any roots, but this plant has a lot of them. Change of plans, we are going to bath this little lady because I'm too afraid for the root system. This all is an experiment. I repeat, this all is an experiment. Don't try this at home till my next video, that will be an update if this method works with ferns or not, because one tortured plant is enough. I had to go out to clean these roots. I do not want to go any further because I am afraid that I will destroy them. If you leave dirt on the roots, then with Leca you might experience mold. These roots are not water roots, so eventually they will die anyway. But let's hope that this will work. Now let's add some Leca. I didn't add too much. Nope, that's alright. What I want to do is let the roots spread all over the container. I try to add enough Leca so the plant stays in place. I also try to balance it. By the way, if you see any broken leaves, it's not because of me. Blame the nursery. Give them your hate. Now let me give it some water. I don't want to fill it to the top. I will fill till it touches some of the root system. This is the 1 month update of the fern that we've planted into Leca, and I have great news because this fern is still fully green, no brown tips, new growth and good looking roots. For now we can conclude that ferns can survive in a water solution for at least 1 month, but we will have to wait and see how she goes and if she continues to grow. I think that we are done. I will make an update video in a couple of weeks to see the state of the fern and how she goes, but in the meantime, if I spot any problems, any diseases, I will try to solve them with my whole power, because we want to avoid the case of death and maximize the chances of having a green, lively and happy plant.